Hello and welcome to Scoping Out Tools, and I'm just about to set out the record power bench grinder. Before I used to just do it on the belt sander, and I used to do it freehand, which was possible. I got sharp enough tools. However, it's consistency, and so I'm going to do a little jig that I saw getting made on Glenn and Lizzie's channel. I'll put the link on it in the description, where it allows you to use the pivot points and everything. So that's what I'm about to actually set up and do, and then I've got to then secure everything together. I'm going to try and keep as close to the measurements as they mentioned in the video. And so first things first is this piece of wood just here has to be just 5 inches from the center point to here. So I've got a choice of either raising it up a little bit, the actual record power itself, or the alternative is to actually cut this down to size. So first things first, I'm going to see maybe about trying to cut it down to size. And what I've done is I've used the pack of cards to actually measure this. So it's got to be 5 inches from the bit, and this is 5 inches from the center point. I'll then use this to actually measure the distance for my bandsaw and then slice the bit of wood to size, or so goes the theory. I've got 2 bits of wood here that I'll be taking over to the lathe. I'm going to have the pivot point, which is a small thin piece that I've squared off from a piece of a pallet, and I've got a piece of ash which again I've had lying around for a bit, so I've just chopped off a little bit and I've marked off where I'm going to be drilling a hole through it, and then I'll be spinning that, making it more cylindrical before putting a drill through the center. Right, and I am having to actually, because my drill chucks are too big for it, I don't have any other ones that will actually fit any of my drills. I am actually having to try it this way and drill it manually. I've never done this before. I'm not sure if I am at the right height for it. So I'm just taking it quite slowly. Trying to look down on it just to make sure that I am going through it straight. bit further. Okay, so I'm wearing the mask just now, so I can't really speak. But basically, I'm now gonna make this mark, get it here, measure out 45, and go from there. Okay, so this is it screwed in place. I still need to change the nut. As first attempt, it seems alright. Um, I'm now just going to make the little spindle for it. So that's with the little bit of scrap pine. It's going to be a 2 day job because I've just got to put a little divot in it and attach the bit of wood, but it's getting a bit late, getting a bit cold, and this is what's happening with it. I've got to taper this a bit more so it sticks in this hole a little bit better, and but basically that bead here will stick in the bit of wood, and I'll be able to then pivot this around. So I've put a little divot on this, so that's going to sit there, and then it's going to sit here, and then I should then be able to just rotate that around. I'm just trying to see if there's a. No, it should be alright. That's in theory. The grind that was on it before is quite a shallow one, So I'm going to actually put a slightly wider one on. So I've protruded it by 67 for this. And yeah, I'll just give it a try. At the very worst, it's there's a little bit of damage to that chisel. It's not a massive deal. Okay, so let me just dress this wheel up and give this a go for the very first time. Just need to get more on that side, then to that side. So let's try again. Spend a little bit longer on it. And that's a little jig made. Not bad for a first try. Obviously, I'm learning making all these things, and I sort of basically watched the video once through, took some measurements, and went from it. If you do want to make your own, I'll put the link to Glenn and Lizzie's video on the description. One thing I would say is 16mm drill bits might be harder to come by in different sets, and so I did manage to find one in the drawer, but none of it was old enough before you actually had it for the power drill. And so as a result, the only way it was going to fit in was the hand cranked version. And surprisingly, it's the first time I've used it. It actually worked out all right. So I might use this hand cranked a little bit more often. I quite actually liked using it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Scoping Out Tools. Bye for now.